All right, welcome back to the Common Core Geometry. We're looking at Module 5, Lesson 5 still. Figured we'd try one or two of the exercises since we had set up the exploration earlier. Looks like exercise 1 on the bottom of page 57 is pretty easy to do with our sketch already completed. So I'm not going to redraw it. We're just going to maybe change some of the uh, labels. So for example, question 1a, it looks like the inscribed angle's vertex is actually called D. So to just line it up and so it matches, I'm just going to go ahead and click on where it was B. I'm just going to type in a D. So that matches, and then it looks like these points up here, C and B, looks like they're actually backwards, and the center of the circle is actually called A. So we'll just go ahead and label that if I can. We'll move this down. Okay, and B and C. So this would like to be B over here, just to make it match the picture. And this would now like to be C. Oops, sorry. Oh, all right, good. Click off of here. So we still have all our colors. We have our angles matching up, and now the pictures should match up. We can do 1A, B, and C pretty quickly. So it looks like given that the measure angle D is 25 degrees, so measure angle D down here, I can try and make that 25 degrees by maybe moving some things around. If I can, that's pretty close to 25 right there. So if I get measure angle D, it's asking me X. X is right in here, which is, this happens to be measuring, so 50 degrees. So 1A, 50. How about B? Measure angle D is now 15 degrees. Okay. And I'll swing it around so it looks a lot like the picture. Oops, maybe we have to move this one over a little bit too. All right, I think that looks pretty well like the picture. And in this case, X is up here. So I can measure that angle, certainly. I could also figure it out. So it's telling me D is 15 degrees. So let's maybe just move this around a little bit. Make D actually be 15 degrees or so. So we can turn on the measure for that angle. We could also, if this is 15, we know this is 30. Since this is a line, we know this is 150 in here. And so 150, 15, that's got to be 15. So it's actually incorrect in the teacher's guide. That should be X being up in this here should be 15. We'll turn on the measure, certainly just to make sure. But let's go ahead and do that. So measure D, C, A. Oops, let me just, all right, let me just finish that up. I'll undo that. Let's do it the other way. We'll measure A, C, D. And then we get the 15, which is exactly the measure of D. And then in this last picture, we're going to swing some things around a little bit. Looks like B is at the bottom. So let's go ahead and get the select tool. We'll move B down here. C over here. D up here. Which is also one that controls the size of the circle. And it is telling me that measure angle BAC is 90. BAC. All right, so let's move this around a little bit. I could remeasure, but we know that if this is 270, this is approximately 90. And we have X and X, which we're kind of measuring already, but we'll just measure them the other way. This is right. Just try to move. All right, I'm sorry, I'm looking at C. I got hung up for a few seconds there, but these angles have to be the same, so I have to make my picture look that way. So I do have my 90-degree angle here, but these are not the same. Doesn't matter that I'm measuring around the wrong way. So I guess if I move this to where they are the same, then we'll be okay. So I need it to be about 315, which is going to go here. So if the outside is 315, it's got to be 45 and 45. So x's are 45. All right, so that completed exercise 1. We could certainly use this same sketch to do, or use this sketch and maybe add a couple other things to kind of figure out the rest of them. All right, but you get the idea, and I think the sketch, the GeoGebra in this case, makes it a lot easier to do these problems. All right, we'll try another one again soon.